Yo,
man?
what's up, my dude?
Okay, so we usually start these out with you asking me a question, but I got a question for you, man.
Yeah, I'm always asking you questions. I want to know
Yeah,
what you think about certain things.
yeah. So the
Really? All right, go for it.
NFL draft's coming up. Number one pick. I know you're not a Bears fan, but you play fantasy football. There's a lot of talk about trading Justin Fields, drafting Caleb Williams. What do you do if you're the Bears GM?
As you know, I don't know shit about drafts and people coming up.
Yeah.
So,
But how do you feel about Justin Fields as a quarterback?
yeah, Justin Fields. I don't know, man. I don't know about Justin Fields. I think, see, I don't see. I wish I knew what exactly they needed so I could answer the question for you, right? Because are you saying that they could possibly get Caleb? Is that what's happening?
That's what most are saying is going to happen. They're going to draft Caleb and trade Justin Fields.
And trade Justin Fields. Okay. And then they're just gonna throw the kid in out there
Yeah,
from day one.
just throw him out there.
Okay. It didn't used to be like that, remember?
No, yeah,
They used to have to
they used to sit like
hey, sit
yeah,
back there for a few years.
yeah. Aaron Rodgers behind Brett Favre, he had to sit behind him.
Yeah. Yep. Brady had to sit.
Brady, yeah,
Brady had to sit. This guy, I mean, what was his name? Bledsoe, I think, was that got injured, and that's why he got in.
yeah.
And that's the only reason why Brady got in there was because when Bledsoe got injured. They're like, get in there, man.
Well,
But yeah, it didn't used to be like that.
Brady had the beer belly, man. Nobody expected Brady to do anything.
I just saw Brady the other day. I forget if it was his Instagram or something, but he posted this video where uh, he did the 40-yard dash, 40-yard run, whatever you call it, and I think he did it faster than when he did it in the combine.
Yeah, he looked out of shape when he got drafted. Like he didn't look good.
And yeah, I mean he barely beat that time, but they put it side by side, like him running it back then and then now, and he still looks pretty funny running, trying to run as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, he did beat it by like a split second or something. So I, I don't know what is he 40 something now, 7 or 8 or something. I don't know how old
Something
he
like
is now.
that.
Yeah. So your question, um, that's tough. You know what? Throw Caleb in there, bro. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's get him in there and see what happens. Why? What are you thinking?
I, I actually like Justin Fields, man. I think he needs more around him. Like he doesn't have a good O line. It's just a terrible organization, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can see he has these big games sometimes. That's why you draft him in fantasy. He'll rush, he'll throw TDs. He's got potential. He looks really
Mm-hmm.
good when you watch him, and you know, um, but he has a hard time too. I think it's just the Bears. I think they're gonna mess up Caleb Williams too, man.
Good. Throw him in there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Throw him into the fire. Oh my god, bro. Um, I'm a little bummed, man.
What's up?
You know, we're supposed to have a guest on tonight,
Yeah,
and there was like a misunderstanding, and so it didn't work out. Hoping that maybe next week possibly. Um, you know, misunderstanding.
yeah. It happens. It happens.
It happens, and this guest does some really cool stuff. So I wanted you guys to see it, check it out for yourselves, and hear the guest's story. But like I said, hopefully next time. Oh, I want to sort of tease it maybe a little bit. Um, we want to do this thing. I want to do it soon, Jason. I want to do it soon. Um, if what's behind me is any indication there, I don't know if you can see that there. I know it's kind of far, but
Yeah, kind of.
yeah, it's some of the most famous like hip hop covers for an album.
Yeah.
Some pretty well known ones. I don't know if you could see or even would know who any of those are. I know it's tough to see. Um,
Biggie, right? Biggie.
Biggie, yep, you got Biggie down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ready to Die album. Do you know who that would be? It's
Uh,
a picture of him as a kid, but that's what he used for his album cover.
the Dre?
No, Nas.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's Nas. I don't think you don't know that much about Nas, do you?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so all I say is that we want to kind of do this something to do with music, hopefully here soon, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Kind of want to get that going.
Yeah, yeah.
Think
Dude,
it'll be interesting.
yeah, I know you're into wrestling too. Do you watch A&E Sunday nights? They have their whole WWE like wrestling night where they show like biography with the old wrestlers, and they have a WWE Rivals where they show rivalries between old wrestlers. And
I didn't know anything about it. No.
it's great, man. Yeah, last Sunday they had Sergeant Slaughter uh,
Uh,
biography that was pretty good, and they had the rivalry between Jake the Snake and Macho Man Randy Savage, and just loved it. I have a little
good one.
story from there. Yeah, I found out some stuff I didn't know. Like we talked before about Jake Snake just like gnawing on Macho Man's forearm, in a match, and they were talking about the behind the scenes of that, and Macho was really scared before it happened. He's like, how do I know you're not you know trying to mess with me? I need to see the snake bite you first.
Uh-huh. Yes.
so so he, so Jake did it. He had the snake bite him first to show like
Yeah, there's no funny business going on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, it's super. Isn't that on the? I think they did a bit of that on the show.
they did, but the part I didn't know after that they said so Macho Man got really sick after that. He had a 104-degree fever, and the
Hmm.
snake died. The snake died.
Oh, did it really?
So Macho he told it his brother. His brother retells this story because Macho Man's no longer with us. He
Yeah.
goes Macho says, "Hey, they devenomized the snake, but they didn't me. Oh yeah."
Yeah, that fool was full of coke and he killed the damn snake.
Uh, and, and Hogan said Macho was always in character. I didn't know that either. That must have been crazy to always be.
Yeah, that's a bit much, man, for that.
It's a lot, but
Just relax, dude.
yeah, why he died so early, man.
Yeah, enjoy some time by the water or,
Yeah,
on a lake or
I'd
something.
always be
Relax.
going like, oh yeah,
Oh, man. Time to go fishing or something like, dude,
that too
relax, man.
Slim Jim.
Yeah. Those commercials are great, man.
Yeah,
Those Slim
must
Jim
have been.
commercials.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, well, I didn't know they had that, but as far as just wrestling alone, I haven't watched wrestling in so long, man.
neither have I. But I like watching those shows because that was the era that we grew up
Oh,
watching. So,
love it, bro. Love it. I send you videos every now and then on,
yeah,
like, through social media because they pop up on my feed all the time. And it's like, we talked about it with Pat a little bit, remember?
yeah, yeah.
Just the stuff that pops up. And it's like, then I just sit there and just watch an old match, like a couple days ago. It was, not SummerSlam. What's it called? Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And It was Hogan and Warrior at the end. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
That was great. I don't know what year, 90, 92 or something. I no idea. But yeah, I think there was like four other guys in there in the ring, and it's obvious what's gonna happen. They're not even trying to wrestle each other. They're just like wrestling all the other dudes so they can throw them over the ring. And then it's so stupid when you look back at the matches, like how funny they are. Because you go, man, that's so like not. I don't know, just bad acting. But the funny part is, so they throw the other guys out, um, and so it's just them two. And if you don't know what a Royal Rumble is, you had to get the your opponent, throw him over the ropes. They would have to hit the ground, and then they were out of the match. And so anyway, they get everyone out, and it's just them two standing, but they're not looking at each other. They're looking at the crowds. Like,
yeah.
dude, you're not gonna like see if anybody's behind you. Maybe they're gonna knock you out of the ring. It's just funny, bro. But it's still, I still love it, man. It's just, I had such a great time watching the ending to that match.
It's great, man. Like that A&E block is like 3 hours, man, and there's so much stuff like I didn't know or forgot. Like before that whole match, Macho and Miss Elizabeth got married on a pay-per-view. They were already really married in real life, but on a pay-per-view wrestling event, they got married in the reception. They're showing the reception, and then the snake pops out at Miss Elizabeth from the cake. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that now. Like I totally forgot about that. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
and
too good, man.
yeah, and
The storylines.
Macho had a elimination match with Ultimate Warrior. The loser had to quit the WWF. I totally forgot that, and Macho lost, and and he had to become an announcer, and he hated it, man. Like they had him.
Bro, as you're saying that, I'm kind of remembering something like that.
I totally forgot about that, dude. Like you know,
Damn, I gotta go back and find that now.
well, you got to watch that WWE Rivals, man, because it shows all this stuff, and it shows how
Hold
much.
on, hold on. Okay, how do I find it again? I'm gonna write it down because then I'll forget.
Yeah, WWE Rivals on A&E. Uh, they also already have. You can buy the whole season on like Apple. Uh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
WWE
Before,
Rivals. That's great.
yeah, yeah, and it just shows behind the scenes how much Macho hated it, man. Like he was hating every minute. Like he did not want to be sitting there commentating. He wanted to be out there, and his plan was the whole thing with Jake the Snake, and it worked. Like to mess with him, between matches and stuff, and get a thing going with Jake, and that's how he got back into to actually wrestling. Man. So
Then Miss Elizabeth, that was great. She was a great part.
she
She
was,
played a great role. Um,
yeah,
just another sad ending.
yeah, sad. Yeah, I mean, every wrestling fan probably had a crush on her, like we did,
Yeah.
and yeah, looked so wholesome, and sad that she ended up doing drugs like a lot of these wrestlers do. A lot of these
Hmm.
wrestlers for the pain and end up on drugs, and
Well,
she
we've talked about it. They had some like shitty care back then. They weren't really taken care of. From what I've heard, at least like they do now. Just better care and
well, we
uh,
I think even
physically.
now, like you get injured, man, and you take painkillers. They're addicting, dude. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
how do you stop that? I don't know, like because they're wrestling, 300 nights of the year. That's what they were saying on the Sergeant Slaughter one. His
Yeah.
family, so many of these families don't stay together because they're gone. They're gone all the time. So it's
Yeah.
like how do you have a family? Yeah,
Oh, it's got to be tough.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be tough as hell. And then I was just watching one of the episodes the other night on the Dark Side.
Mhm. Oh, that's
Um,
coming back. I think tonight. I think it comes back tonight, the new season. So
Okay.
I'm pumped for that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I'm
It's
nowhere
on
caught up, you know.
it's on Earthquake. The new one is the first one's on Earthquake.
Oh, sweet. Earthquake, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the one I just finished watching was Chris Benoit. Benoit, is that how you say his
Oh
name?
yeah, yeah. That's a sad one.
Man, that's wild, dude. What a wild story. And
Yeah, how he he killed his family, right? Is that yeah,
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 he killed his wife first, then went and took out his son, the youngest one. There's two apparently. So he takes him out, and then according to the story, he slept next to the bodies for that night, woke up in the morning, and then took himself out. Um, and then later they find out, dude, CTE like crazy.
yeah. And I remember at the time they blamed it on steroids. They're like, roid rage and all that stuff, but really it
You're
was
right, yeah.
yeah,
That's all we
yes,
knew back then. We didn't know CTE and this stuff. We saw everything that when somebody went crazy like that was super huge. It was road rage. That's what it was. You know,
yeah, yeah,
roid rage, I should say.
yeah, yeah. And it sucks, man. The same thing happened to Junior Seau, but
Yeah,
he didn't kill his family. He took it himself out. Drove off a cliff. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That was a wild episode, man. That thing, and they did. I think they did a two-parter. It was like two parts. Um, his other son, who I don't know if he didn't. He must have not. I don't remember the story. He must have not been there or didn't live with them or whatever the case was. He's still alive and he's just you can see how screwed up these people are now because of something like that.
yeah,
Like absolutely screwed up in the head, man. Just sucks. Um, and I didn't even I knew of him. I didn't watch him wrestle. I think I was done at that point. I think I mentioned before when The Rock and all these guys started, I was pretty much out.
me too.
90, I can even tell you maybe 5, 4, maybe the last time I watched. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I remember watching some of the old guys in WCW. When they had the NWO and all that.
yeah,
The
yeah. I
cult.
tried that a little bit. I tried that a little bit.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. Yeah, like you said, and yeah, then I was
Yeah, it
done.
just wasn't the same anymore,
Yeah.
or what? You just
Uh, yeah. I mean, I was watching other stuff, so it was back in the time before DVRs, and you had to watch whatever you were gonna watch. You couldn't. It's like you could VHS record stuff, but uh, you
people are like, oh my god, there were no DVRs back then.
yeah,
What did you guys do?
yeah,
We should have added that to that one time we talked about all the stuff that we had back then. That's no longer a thing now, like Walkmans and VCRs and stuff. Man, I remember having to tape a movie and putting the VCR on, taping it just so I could watch it later, type of thing.
yeah,
Like it was a movie late night or after, whatever time, but I had to go to sleep because of school. And just leave it taping, and then sweet, you come home from school the next day and you have the movie.
yeah, yeah. Unless the tape like starts eating itself or something, like
Oh yeah, it could get
happens
ruined.
sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah, same with the cassette. Yeah, same with like cassette players. Same thing. They would eat up the stamp tapes.
yeah,
And you would take one of these, remember?
yeah, yeah,
Put it in there and then
yeah. Hope. Sometimes
oh,
they just totally break off, and you're like, oh, it's over.
there goes that.
There goes
I guess I'm not listening to my Vanilla Ice remix that I recorded. Mhm. Um, but yeah, that wrestling man, great show. Some great characters back then, and it's so funny. Like I mentioned earlier, just going back to watch some of this stuff, you go, "What the hell?" And, I was a kid. It was like you kind of just go along with all the stories because they're such great storylines.
yeah,
But yeah, like Big Boss Man. I don't remember him having or being like two or three different guys after Boss Man.
yeah,
Like he changed into some other guy or something, and then but then they have to do that sometimes. Otherwise, they're like out of the out of wrestling. So they kind of do these extreme changes just in hopes that they could stick around or something. It's kind of sad, man.
It is, man. Like Sergeant Slaughter, I didn't know he wasn't. He was never actually in the army. Like his character, he would tell people. Like, I guess people got really upset. He went on a podcast like recently and said he was in the Vietnam War, and it was his character. He wasn't. He was never there.
Oh,
So
damn.
people were upset.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he wasn't trying to make it up or anything.
No, well, he was trying to stay in character.
In character. Okay. That's funny. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, that's great. I'm actually up to the episode right now with Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, Superfly. Yeah.
Superfly, man. He was awesome, bro. Like
Was.
there was a couple years where he was on top of the world, I think. He was maybe the main guy or close to it. He was up there.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of these guys got so close to being the man, and then something happens, man, and it sucks.
Yeah, freaking drugs with this guy too.
Yeah, yeah. Drugs, just a bad break. Like Jake the Snake was supposed to be the champion one time, and then it was with Warrior. He was supposed to do it with Warrior, and then Warrior started having problems.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
He
then
had
he
some
never
major
got it.
problems.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Did
then
you ever
Jake.
see the you ever see that video with Warrior? This is afterwards where he's like training these kids and he's trying to get them into shape.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man. Talk about roid rage, man.
yeah,
He was just yelling at these kids, like cussing at them, and that's a that's a great video.
yeah.
It's damn hilarious, man. But then, also kind of sad.
Yeah, CTE, man. Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed we're both wearing the Lakers hat over here.
Yeah, did you watch us get beat again by Denver?
Well, not even that. How about Bron with 40K?
I wanted to talk to you about that, man, because
Uh-huh.
they make a big deal out of it. I know he's the first ever to do it. They stop the game, they do a presentation, they have his family there. But at this point, it's just a number. Like he already broke the record. How many times are we gonna do this? Is it every time he gets to like 45K? Now we're gonna stop the game. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, are we just making things up now to celebrate?
Yeah. Um yeah.
I mean,
No, I see
it's
what you're
cool.
saying.
Like it's cool, but do we need to celebrate it? I don't. I don't know. Like
Maybe just this last time.
this
There's
last
no need for when he gets to 4,200 and 4,300 and 44.
Because I saw the news like interviewing people who were at the game, like it was some big deal, like they were all excited, like, yeah, this is a part of history, I can't believe I was there. And it was like, hey, I
Hmm.
was actually at the game where he broke the record. That was history, like
That was a bigger deal.
that was a big deal. Like if I was at this game, I don't think I would feel that, I don't,
No, I don't think yeah, I don't think it'd be the same feeling.
no.
No, definitely not. I mean, breaking the record, that was the one.
Yeah.
That was the one. Yeah, there's no need to celebrate anymore. But you know what? I do want to say is he still gets all this hate. 40K is pretty damn amazing, dude.
It is. Nobody's done it. Nobody's ever done it.
Nobody's done it. And I forget, hopefully I don't have the numbers wrong, but it was something like in order for another player to do this, he would have to play all uh is it 80 games? How many games?
It was
82?
60. I saw the same thing. 68 games over 20 years, and they would have to average 30 points.
Okay. So the one I saw was you'd have to play every single game, which is 80 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Average 24 for 20 years straight.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, or the other way, like I said, 20 years averaging 30 points for 68
Yeah.
games. Like, it's hard to get someone to play 68 games these days.
No,
Yeah,
no, I agree. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, do you think we'll see that ever again? No, you're saying no.
no. I mean, you think it would be someone like Steph Curry who hits a lot of threes, but even he's not anywhere near there because he doesn't score enough points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people were trying to figure out if Luca could do it, but I don't think Luca can do it.
Yeah, I don't think so. He gets hurt a lot already as it is. So yeah,
Yeah, it's got to be another guy that comes out right out of high school.
yeah, yeah, and that's our guys. I don't think they're even allowed to right now, right? They have to do a year in the.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think so. I think they have to do at least a year in the G League or in college.
Or in college? Okay, so yeah, I did hear something. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but you might be right.
Yeah.
So let me just imagine that. And I mean, well, look at Jordan. He did what, like 2 years, I think, at North Carolina,
Two or three. Yeah.
2 or 3. And then what about Kareem? The guy did all 4, didn't he, at
All
UCLA?
four. All four.
All
Yeah.
4, and he was still
Still
number one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty damn impressive, dude.
Yeah. LeBron would have been chasing him still if he had done all
He
four in the.
still would have been chasing him. He may have not caught up to him. Who knows?
Yeah. That's another thing. Like I heard Dr. J saying recently, why do people never even mention Kareem in the GOAT conversation?
Hmm. Hmm.
6 titles. The scoring champion, the hook shot that
Yeah,
nobody could stop. Like
he won in college.
one in college. Yeah.
Uh, I guess just because he wasn't flashy. I don't know.
That and I think because people weren't watching back then. It took Magic
Hmm.
and Bird to get people to watch, and by then Kareem was already old man. He was at the end already. You know, People weren't
Yeah,
watching him.
true.
You know,
Yeah, yeah. There's like little controversy, I think, around the 100 point game also, right? With Chamberlain.
well, what's the controversy with that? I know
That
people have said that it's fake. That
Yeah, that's fake. But it's like nobody's really seen it. Like, where is it? And
well,
that you
well,
know.
did you hear? I heard. I saw online they said the tape recently surfaced of the 100 point game.
Okay, if that's the case, why now? What took so long to just like why? Who has this tape? Who's holding on to this tape? Going, no, you cannot see this guy score 100. Come on.
Hey, I have some tapes that could be.
Oh, hey. Come on, man.
No, seriously, man. The dream team, the '92 Olympic team.
Some things that were found were meant to be lost. All right, Jay, we don't want to know. But no, yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's strange. Come on.
It's
Who
strange.
was it? How did it surface? Who had it? Somebody had it.
I don't know, some old guy probably. But
Some
that's
old
gonna be
guy.
key with the dream team because they didn't air it. There was this whole thing they didn't air it on TV except for a few games. You had to buy this whole special cable package for like $300 that nobody had. I had to go to the cable company and get this thing. And like, I was friends with a bunch of people who like basketball. Nobody was able to watch this thing except for me.
Mm.
I taped every episode, every
That
game.
was in Barcelona, right?
Barcelona in '92. Yeah,
In '92. Yeah,
'92.
and so you have every single one on a VCR or a beta, or what do you have this on?
VHS,
Like a
VHS.
floppy disk? What are you doing with it?
Yeah,
You
VHS.
haven't transferred this to a disk?
I should have, but no.
Mm-hmm. It's time to transfer that and have it resurface 20 years from now and go, look what I have. You could sell it, man. Put it together and sell that thing.
I don't know. I don't know if they'd come after me. I don't know how that.
Oh, you'll be fine. Pam and they did the Pam and Tommy Lee video. You'll be fine. Man, those were great. I mean, greatest players in the world, man, playing together on that team. It was amazing.
It was, man. It was fun to watch, and you had Chick Hearn commentating too. Because just watching those guys, the way they moved the ball, and they were unselfish, and Barkley was the leading scorer actually for that team. Just great to watch. Greatest team ever, in my opinion. Yeah,
Yeah, Barkley was uh, he was pretty damn good, man.
he was good.
I
Yeah,
don't know if people know that. They see him as a goofy guy, but he was a damn good player.
yeah, man. And rebounding, just you
Tough
know,
guy.
tough guy. Like driving to the hoop, it was like LeBron driving in, man. You just get out of the way, man, because
Hmm.
he's so big. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna take a charge and get knocked 20 feet back? Like
Yeah, he was a big guy. I was gonna actually ask you, who do you think is the closest to LeBron in that sense? Do you think it's Barkley?
I think it's Barkley, because
Yeah, right.
yeah, because he, I mean, he was strong. He was buff and he was fast and super athletic.
He could dunk,
Could dunk,
rebound, like you said.
down, yeah, get up and down the floor. Take it coast to coast.
Hit a
Yeah,
three every now and then.
hit a three. Yep. Yeah, Barkley was
Not
good.
like not like LeBron, but yeah, he could hit some threes here and there.
He could. Yeah.
Yeah. What about I think it was Pippen who said that he was LeBron before LeBron.
Uh, I mean, Pippen was athletic.
Pretty
You know,
versatile.
versatile. You know what? Pippen was such a great defender. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Like
He was.
he was the heart of that Bulls defense. And then you had MJ and Rodman, who were, those were two other guys you didn't want to go up against with them on defense. People forget, like, MJ and Pippen as a defensive team, like they were getting steals, they were trapping people, like they would make hell for teams just
It was
trying to get
hell.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, and you see, he was so long too. He had long arms,
long arms.
and yeah, he could dunk on. I mean, you watch the videos. He's dunking on Ewing all the time.
Yeah,
He got Ewing seems like a few times.
yeah. I always compared your game to Pippen because you had the long arms, like
Oh, really? That's funny.
yeah, because you were athletic. You would like drive to the basket like Pippen. I think.
You know what someone told me once? Eddie Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone told me Eddie Jones once. I was like, hey, I'll take it. Eddie Jones was freaking great.
Yeah, he was great.
I loved watching Eddie.
Yeah,
There's a little highlight reel of him. You can see him dunking on some people. He got up there too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was never he was fun to watch, but he wasn't the player Pippen was.
No, no, no.
No.
No, absolutely not. No, no, Pippen, yeah, he was on another level, and like I said, I think he was the one that said he was like LeBron, and maybe in some way, but
Yeah, not
he couldn't really bully people like LeBron can.
no no he wasn't the offensive player that LeBron is, but I think he was a better defensive player than LeBron. I think other than the LeBron has those famous chase down blocks that are
Mhm.
great, but I
Just
don't
had one
know.
recent.
Yeah, more recent, yeah. But I guess it's hard for us to say kind of as Lakers fans because, you know, he's old now, so he doesn't play the same defense he used to be, you know. We didn't watch all his games when he was young, but but
Yeah,
he
that
was
one's hard to say.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could check just stats and see where they were like on steals and blocks alone. Maybe I don't know. It's always hard to judge too when you look at a stat because you go, it doesn't help that much. Maybe a little bit, but not that much.
it's also different eras, different styles of play, different rules.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
when people say the goat, it's like it's just all opinions. It's not like these guys are playing in each other's eras. It's not.
Okay, what's your opinion? I actually asked a coworker today. Well, I told him. I said I think that if LeBron was to win another ring, that he was going to be put way way up there. If he's not already number one, that they would maybe stick him close to it. What do you think if he was to win another ring? It would be what, his fourth or fifth?
Fifth, fifth. Um, I, I I would still go with MJ just
Mm.
because.
So
I
then
know.
where do you stick him? Do you stick him second behind MJ?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
second behind MJ, and then you got a lot of guys right behind them. It's
Yeah. But
yeah.
those two are at the top.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. I mean, LeBron. No one's ever had the all-around game that he's had. I've said that before. Like to be able to do so many things like he does. Nobody's ever done that. You know.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my coworker too. I said all around game is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But
Um,
but
doesn't
it's
mean he's the best passer or the best shooter, but he has all of it.
yeah.
He's got all of it. And then the other question today that people were asking, um, statue or no statue for the Lakers?
Oh, I I I would do it.
You would do it?
It's on the border, but he's got a ring and just bringing the Lakers back to being relevant again. Because we were in a bad state before LeBron came. you know. Uh,
True. What about in Miami and in Cleveland?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Both of them?
both of them. Yeah, because Cleveland, he brought them their only title.
That's a must, I think.
That's a must. And Miami, what did he have?
I think he got two.
He got two there. Yeah, two
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look what he did for Miami too. They wouldn't have had those two without him. Yeah,
No,
no,
no, probably not. And then Cleveland wouldn't have had any still.
no.
That would have still been that would have been at zero.
Yeah, yeah,
So you got to look at that. I think overall, like what he was able to do with teams. Now, I know he had D Wade, uh, in Miami, but he really didn't have much in Cleveland, and to do what he did was pretty incredible.
yeah, yeah. And I see LeBron haters now calling that Cleveland team a super team now and all this stuff. Like,
Wait, what?
yeah, yeah. Like, okay, no, like the team
LeBron
that,
haters are funny, man.
yeah, yeah,
You got to do whatever you can, you know.
yeah,
Um, and again, we've said this before. I understand the hate. I really do. I get it. There for certain things, but don't say things like that. A super team. Okay, dude.
yeah. It's just going back and rewriting history. Like you could call that Golden State team he beat a super team. They won 73 games that year. They beat the Cleveland beat them.
Yeah, I mean, what about that team right there? The team that he beat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's freaking
Would,
amazing, man.
would you? Where would you put LeBron? Would you say he's the goat or what?
I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you. And then, but it's tough because like Jordan was my dude, man.
Yeah.
That's what got me into basketball was Jordan. And later on, Kobe, did his thing. Um, I
It's
fucking love Jordan, man. I just remember just watching his games in Chicago and just thinking this guy was like a freaking basketball god. Wanted to do all the moves immediately after the game. Wanted to go play. And we would get together with some of the kids in the neighborhood and go play. It's like it, I don't know. It's tough, but he's up there. LeBron's up there. How can you say he's not? You
yeah.
can't say he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're saying that, then you're just an extreme hater, or you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Or I've had too many beers. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I think the toughest obstacle for LeBron is the six titles with without a loss in the finals. How he's never going to beat that, and even if he gets another
Right.
one, he's going to be old. Like you know, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he'll never surpass Jordan, and but Jordan is like cemented as this god already too, so it's tough. He already has that label on him, you know.
Yeah,
So he's always going to be that guy. How do you pass that guy too? It's tough.
yeah.
You'd have to be almost perfect.
You have to be. You have to be perfect, and in the league, kind of set that up for him. Kind of like how you see the NFL with Patrick Mahomes. Like, Jordan got all the calls. If you're a Bulls fan or a Jordan fan, you kind of didn't want to see it, but Jordan did get a lot of calls, like in crucial situations, to help him out because the league wanted it, uh, and LeBron doesn't get that, you know. As a Lakers fan, you watch him get hacked. He's upset about calls and in crucial situations, and he usually doesn't get the call, because he's so big. They're like, tough it out,
Yeah, kind of like the Shaquille effect.
not like Shaq. Yeah,
Back in the day, a guy used to get hit all the time, and
yeah,
he'd get pissed off, man. He would
yeah,
get so mad
yeah,
because that must have been hard to you know to be a ref at that time with Shaquille, man.
yeah.
So you
Well,
can call almost every play, every time down. You could call some sort of foul on him.
well, I've heard refs talking on TV that they say they call it
Mhm.
differently for those guys. Like they're so big and strong, they're told like let it go because it's not the same. Like if they get hit, they just have to finish the play. Like
Okay, yeah, yeah. Like if he's going for a dunk and gets hit, but gets the dunk, then you just kind of go, okay, just kind of
yeah,
let it go type thing.
yeah. Well, you see sometimes even if they don't get it, like they don't get the call.
Oh,
Even
they don't get the call. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, but
Shaquille, another great one. Wow, man, watching this guy
yeah,
from Orlando on, just insane, bro.
yeah,
There won't be another Shaq, I don't think.
no, no, yeah. A lot of these guys, it's that's why it was so crazy when Kobe came because he studied MJ. He was the closest thing there was to MJ, and became an even better offensive player, like more weapons than MJ. So yeah,
Yeah, man. Probably should get out of here soon. You got a movie or anything?
yeah. I got a movie.
All right.
I watched Dune Part Two. Did you see Dune One?
I have not. Should I?
Well, it's tough to say. Are you a science fiction fan or not
Oh, I
really?
don't mind. I'll check. Yeah, I'm down to check it out.
the The first one was tougher for me to get into, and other people I've talked to, like it came out during the pandemic. It's kind of like slower moving, and it's kind of a downer. Like a lot of like main characters die in it. So it's kind of like Game of Thrones. Like I've heard it compared to Game of Thrones. Like
Okay.
yeah, so it's a big epic movie. Almost 3 hours long, and the second part uh, is epic too. But I like the way the second part moves better. It starts off slow, but then you get into a lot of action. And Austin Butler, man, the guy who played Elvis, he uh, he totally transforms into this villain that it reminds you of like Heath Ledger with the Joker, man. Like
Hmm.
totally transforms into a different person, and he's just creepy and evil. And he made the whole movie for me. There's
Really?
yeah, there's a lot of good actors in it. There's Zendaya, there's Timothy
Hmm.
Chalamet. Yeah, great cast, but Austin Butler, man, it just as the villain, like. just steals it, and he makes the movie, makes it worth it. Like it's almost 3 hours long, and it doesn't feel like it because just so much going on. Um, the main complaint is it's part two out of three, and I talked to my friends of Comic Con editor today, and he was all upset. He's like, "Man, if there's not a third movie, I'm gonna be so upset, man," because it kind of it doesn't tie everything up yet. So
Okay.
yeah,
So this Austin dude, is he the next big thing or what?
yeah,
He's this good, huh?
he's this good. I heard like Howard Stern making fun of him when he was Elvis because
Hmm.
he's this guy who stays in character. So everywhere he had to be Elvis. He's like, "What's this guy? He thinks he's Elvis." Like
Yeah, he's like Macho Man.
he's like Macho Man, but man, this new character, this he's completely bald. He's an albino. He's got like no eyelashes. He's like just this freak, man, and
Oh,
just heartless and like a Game of Thrones character, like like
okay.
yeah.
So do I have to see part one in order to check out part two?
You don't have to, but
It would
it
make sense, kind of.
it would make more sense if you did,
Okay.
but yeah, you could just jump right in. That they kind of explain things, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff you wouldn't know too from the first one if you didn't see the first.
Mm. What is it about anyway?
It's so it's about this planet where it's this sand planet, and there's these giant worms on there, and people are collecting what they call spice on this planet. It's what they use for fuel for their spaceships and everything. It's the most valuable resource. So everyone's trying to see how they can get the spice on this planet. And this dude, the Timothy Chalamet character, is kind of left behind on this planet in part two. Some of his family's been killed, and people start to think he's the Messiah. They called him the Maldi, or I forget what they call him. But he's kind of like this Jesus figure where everyone thinks he's going to lead them. He's like, no, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm just the guy. But all these things he starts doing, everyone thinks they got to follow him. And so he leads them in this rebellion against the guys, the Austin Butler character. They control the planet and have all the spice. And so he's leading all the sand people against these other evil people to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, I don't have a movie this week. Just
You got, you got a TV
beer.
show or
Nope.
no?
I got nothing for you, buddy.
I do have one really quick awkward
All
story
right.
from the movie theater like a month ago. So I go to the concession stand, and I'm talking to this guy who's getting the food, and he sees my Conan shirt. We're talking about Conan. He goes, so what movie are you here to see? And I think about it for a second. I go, Anyone But You. He goes, what? He goes, "Oh, I thought you were saying you were going to tell anyone but me." but that was the name of the movie. And
Yeah. It took me a split second too.
yeah,
Like, wait. Oh yeah, okay, I got
yeah. So he just thought I was a dick. I was like, "I'll tell
it.
anyone but you."
Yeah.
yeah,
Am I a dick?
yeah.
So what, you guys are hanging out now, going to movies or what?
Oh yeah, we're besties now.
Nice.
Yeah,
You never know where you're gonna make a friend.
yeah. Me and Justin Herbert and
Uh-huh, Herbert, yeah.
Herbert, yeah,
Security guard
security guard
gave
who
you the hug, yeah.
gave me the hug. Yeah. It was funny about that Herbert thing we showed last week because I completely agree with his review of Oppenheimer, man. Because and a lot of people don't think that same way either. We're like, he's a great filmmaker. It's a really good movie, but like I thought it was going to be about the bomb, and it's just way too long. like,
Oh man. Um, I wish I had a show for you. Yeah, I'm just gonna start. I think we're gonna start a new show here soon. Curb. I still haven't got to it. I gotta get to Curb.
Hilarious, man, and R.I.P. Richard Lewis.
R.I.P. Richard Lewis, who I was wondering if he was in this last season.
He is. Yeah,
He is in it.
I just watched the newest episode that came out Sunday, and he's in that episode too.
Oh man.
And they did a tribute to him at the beginning. Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks, bro. Yeah, he was great on that show, man. He was fun.
and he's great up to the till the end. I mean, you can tell he's not in the best health on the show,
Yeah,
but he's still hilarious on it, man. Still, yeah.
very cool. Well, I gotta get on that. I gotta get to it, and then damn, I gotta watch some movies, I guess. I know I've seen something. I just can't think of what. I just can't think of one. I don't know why. I know I've seen a movie. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I want to start watching that Shogun show. Have you heard of that on Hulu FX? Shogun,
No,
like Japan.
no, yeah, actually, yeah. I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, why? Why do you want to? Does it just look good, or what? Or you've heard stuff?
I've heard stuff. It's getting high ratings, and the thing that's funny is my mom's all into it because she used to watch
Hmm.
the old Shogun show in the '80s or something. I don't. So I'm like,
Okay.
what is this show? My mom's excited for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
All right. Maybe you guys can watch it together. You
yeah.
know,
I'm sure we will. We love watching Survivor together. So yeah, I'm sure
still, huh? To this day.
to this day. Yeah. We still.
Very cool. Very cool. Alrighty, dude.
All right, man.
I am out of here. Let's get out.
Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button, man.
Smash. Hi, bro. Peace.
All right, later.
Later.